guys, Matt, Mike, Iron Trap Garage, working on the free T again. So got the pipe made up on this side. We're waiting for some materials for the other side. So we figured we'll take care of some things on the checklist in the rear we're going to start with today.
Yeah, so right now it's only sitting on one leaf spring, just for mock-up and that kind of stuff. So we have some extra leaf springs we're going to put in it to get a more normal ride height, because you can't really drive around with one spring. And the rear is actually currently sitting on the rear frame, just how it's laid out and everything. So we're going to actually take the turtle deck off, cut the frame to put a nice step in it for a little more clearance, add the leaves, and we should have enough clearance to drive it on the street eventually.
Yeah. So to clarify on the monoleaf thing, that's the way that's a little tip, maybe might work for you guys. That's how I've learned over the years to set these cars up, because when you're building them, they basically have no weight in them when you're first mocking them up. So there's no gas tank, there's nobody in it, there's no interior. There's a lot of weight that gets added afterwards. So the way I found is that you build the car when you're setting your chassis and body up, build it with only a single leaf in the rear. Because it's so soft, it'll basically get you sitting how you want with no weight, and then you add leaves to bring the car up to the ride height that you want. And most of these cars are so light compared to what they were originally, where they don't need to be as stiff. You can get away with having a few less leaves in the back, especially on a T. These things are so light. If we put a full Model A spring pack on this, it would be like solid suspension too.
It'd beat your brains up trying to ride down the street. It'd be insane.
So we'll work on getting everything apart. We'll pull the turtle deck off. We got to mark where the rear's sitting. Then we can kind of reprofile it, just like we did, sort of like we did on the Sweetheart Roadster. But we'll hopefully get that off the checklist today. Alright, so it took all freaking day because we were BSing and also fighting the rear suspension.
It was a complaining day. After lunch, it went downhill quite quick.
Yeah, so we got the real straightforward like we did in the front. We cut the bottom flange loose with the plasma. Then we had drawn the shape that we wanted. It flowed on the frame and gave us clearance. Cut that out of the side, pulled the piece up, tacked everything in place, and now we got a nice flow to the frame. The one really good thing that we decided to do was actually Andrew's idea that comes here, young guy. He suggested to bring the cut all the way up to here in the front of the frame, or not front, but like almost the midway point. What that did is it took away some of the bulk, right where the moon's standing in the way. In the frame right here, took away a little bit of the height, so that the frame just looks a little better where it is exposed in the body. So then we had some problems with the Chinese freaking shackles.
We almost had a disaster. That could have been way worse.
I know.
Thankfully, somebody pointed out that the shackle actually, it's welded to a plate and it's like a stud.
Yeah.
It totally just blew out the one side of it. And luckily it didn't totally explode and stuff go flying everywhere.
Yeah, so I bought these shackles when we were trying to get this thing together for one of our videos. I just clicked off Amazon for like next day with prime, ordered a set of just cheap shackles for the rear. And I mean, they were shit the second I put them on the car. But we were just working with them. But just from us putting the suspension up and down and rolling it around, like Mike said, it broke the rosette weld that they had there and the stud pulled through. So we had to basically take the rear suspension apart.
If you're going to buy Chinese shackles, just weld them before you even put them on the car.
Yeah.
But I mean, our biggest problem too is this is a spring behind. So like a normal spring over, it just sets down on. What probably caused it is we were letting the car down and the axle was trying to roll because there was no wishbones holding the rear in place. So everything was trying to roll, and that's what the headache was. We were fighting ourselves with the spring twisting and moving, and it was a pain in the butt.
So finally, after we did all that, I threw some rear wishbones on just to get it to sit on the frame so we could roll it around. We checked the pinion angle, and it's really good actually. It's within a degree and a half of where it needs to be, and that's without us even mounting the wishbone. So it's really close. So we can make wishbone mounts next. I may dial in the rear ride height just a little bit. We added, I don't know, 5 leaves maybe?
4 or 5, I think 5.
5 leaves in it. I think a standard Model A pack has anywhere from 8 to 12 in it for memory. And this thing weighs quite a bit less. I mean, there's just the turtle deck weight. There's going to be a gas tank in the back, and the seat and stuff, but there's not much to it. So I think it'll be pretty good. It won't be too stiff, won't be bouncy, and it should work pretty well. So another thing off the checklist.
Yeah, yep, definitely.
So that's all we have, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, we do videos on the Free Tea on Tuesdays. Sweetheart Roadster, Tools That Don't Suck, Sport Poupée, whatever the hell else we have going on in the shop or in our world, we do on Fridays. Make sure you subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see the day-to-day. I'm doing stuff all the time that we don't even film. Iron Trap on Instagram, and that's all I got. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.